what actually happens, he takes, when he first comes out in the creation, the form he takes is, because he's divinity here, he takes the form of spirit. So that much we know. When he becomes spirit, what I did last week is I explained we had a king who woke up. So we make God, when he has no form, we put him to sleep. Now, when he takes form, because to take form, he would have to have at least one thought. And that thought becomes heaven and earth. You get it? That's all we have to work with. We have a God, and we have one thought. When the thought comes into existence, it becomes the creation. So he takes form in spirit, because a thought is the spiritual form. And there he is. He's now come into existence. In our story, the king wakes up, and what does he want? He has all kinds of demands. Hey, I need this, and I need that, and where's my clothes, and where's my food, and I want to go here, and I want to go there, and let's get to work. I'm awake. Where's everything going to come from? So he gets this brilliant idea, from myself, I'll manifest the angels. So out of this spirit comes the angelic realm. And so everything is fine because they're created beings and they get their life force. What connects this to this? Well, they have now become life. And this life force that they're getting is the nourishment which allows them to become holy. And their holiness allows them to be in the presence of the Spirit. Are they in the presence of God? No. They're in the presence of His Spirit. Because what if the angels were to come in and go into the presence of God in His formless state? That's what you and I were just talking about. They would have to be God. You get where the problem is. If you're going to be in God's presence in His natural state, you have to be the same as Him. You have to have the same power, the same ability, and we only have one God. In fact, by the way, this is the one God that the Jews were worshiping. When He became Spirit, He came out in 3 pulses. Plus, minus, and plus minus we call neutral. And these 3 pulses we then worshipped as the triune God. And that became the Catholic Church. So, you can now see He comes out as Spirit, and the angels are elated. Why are they so happy? Because they got to exist. So what's the number one important thing in life? To get to exist. Didn't everybody want to exist? Wait a minute. Maybe it's not. How come we have so many people commit suicide? Maybe existence isn't the only thing, huh? You have to want to exist in what? 3 things. Peace, joy, and happiness. And those 3 things produce acceptable existence. The problem is, how do you hang on to peace, joy, and happiness forever?
Become an angel.
And it didn't work for them. They got through about 20 billion years and they bailed out. What was the problem? Now, let's hit this class hinges on this explanation of what the problem was. Angels, you don't exist. Well, we want to exist on our own. You exist in me. You can't exist in you. Therein lies the problem. That was the problem the angels faced. That's the problem Adam and Eve faced. That's the problem the Jews faced. That's the problem the Catholics face today. Who is going to wag the dog? The dog going to wag the tail, or the tail going to wag the dog? And there is where the rubber met the road. And Lucifer said, okay, if I can't exist, then I don't want to exist at all. In other words, if I can't have my own value, here we are.
Do you think he didn't want to exist?
Right. Sure. Well, we know he did. We know what he did.
He did want to exist. He just didn't fathom the idea that he couldn't live without God.
He knew. I mean, he isn't stupid. He knew the minute, let's make it this way. I'm going to put on an on switch. Where am I?
The light came on in your mind.
That's so happy.
Now we get it.
The light came on. Okay, now look. Look, here's the problem. Lucifer knew the score. He had all knowledge. He knew that if he went and threw that off switch, which is what he would have to do, because look, he's got to come out of the blessing and move into the curse. He knew that. He couldn't violate the will of God, could he? If he violated the will of God, he would move from the blessing to the curse. And he knew it. There was no hope. So God said to him, Lucifer, all of you guys, it's not my fault. You don't exist. Now, where do we see that conversation going on? In the fairy tale land. Pinocchio. What was the conversation between Pichetto and Pope Pinocchio? You guys don't look like you're real Pope Pinocchio fan. No. Pinocchio wanted to be human. And he wanted his creator to make him human. And he couldn't. Remember? And then he goes and he runs away, didn't he? And what happens with his nose? Every time he started sinning, his nose would grow. But how does the story end?
So he became
A little boy.
creator. He became human.
He saved his father's life, and because of that,
Maybe it's a lot special. Maybe it's in my mind now.
And he became human.
he became human.
Right?
Yeah, but
So what happened to the life force? Notice where the life force was. The life force was in the Father. But the Father was going to die, and so the life force moved into Pinocchio.
No, I thought it was in that Good Fairy.
That's the
Well, I
other
thought
program.
the reason Lucifer rebelled was because of the love.
I know, but I'm clearing up that problem. Here's the real reason. He saw what was coming, and he saw he wasn't included. You get it? I want to be a part of the program. Here you're going to create the Blessed Mother, here you're going to create Jesus Christ, here you're going to create all those good guys. Where am I? What am I, dog meat? I was the first guy created. There was the problem. So does that help you?